Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And at the end, I will read from the book. And I'm debuting a new deck on my channel today, the Mindscapes Tarot by John Rice. I've followed his path to creating this deck on Instagram, and it's finally been published, and so I'm happy to be using it on the channel today, and I hope you enjoy it as well. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel, Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Aquarius? So this is really amazing because Gemini got the same exact card, and I shuffled this many times, and I really want to put it back in the deck, but Spirit will not let me. So you got number 14, Truth Be Told. Truth be told. I don't know why I wanted it to be put back into the deck. Number 14 corresponds to the Temperance card of the Major Arcana. That's Sagittarius energy. Talking about kind of exhibiting a certain level of patience within a process of transmutation or transformation, seeing things at face value, really kind of almost allowing people to have insight into your inner workings. I feel with the kind of window open here, window to the soul. All these hearts coming out of it. It's kind of like surrender energy. It feels like surrender for you. Didn't feel like that way for Gemini. Gemini's reading felt a little resentful, to be honest with you. That's not what I feel with your reading. I feel it's though there's this resignation or this acceptance. It's almost like, here I am in all of my flawed perfection, and you can take it or you can leave it. It literally just flew out of my hand just now. It flew onto my desk and bounced back into my hand. It's interesting. I want to pull another card, and I didn't do this for any of the other signs, but I want to pull another one for you. This is for Aquarius. It's the partner to Truth Be Told. No, that's crazy, because you got, this is number 14, and you got number 15, which corresponds to the Devil card in the Major Arcana. That's Capricorn energy, talking about addictions, codependencies, cycles of repeat, and its message in a bottle. Do you know, look at all the cards in this deck, and when I tell you I shuffled, shuffled. There's no way, but you got 14 and 15. This talks about progression. When you have number thank you, Spirit. When you have number synchronicities like this, it talks about you're progressing, right? You're getting through these rough patches. There's a vulnerability, I feel. There's a vulnerability here. But who is available to, who is there for you in your time of vulnerability? Who is worthy of seeing it? You can see here there's like a rotary phone in the bottle. Maybe this could have to do with a conversation that you maybe need to have with somebody. They could seem really far away. Wondering if the message is going to land, as Spirit just said. Like you have you have the conversation, but is it going to land? Is it going to permeate in the way that you are hoping that it will? I mean, because like you're about to kind of, it's like lay it all out on the table. Something more wants to be said. Not yet. Okay. Sorry. I'm just listening for the messages, but Spirit just wants me to pull the cards. But so I want to say something else, but I don't have it. The words have not hit me yet. So 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. Past, present, future. And at the end, I'll pull a card of advice from Spirit. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have, please, for Aquarius? One more, thank you. Okay, 2 extra cards came out. This is going to be part of your overall energy. The 2 of Stones in the reverse and the 3 of Spires in the upright. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords is the heartache, heartbreak card. It's one of the most difficult cards in the deck. And it talks about disappointment, heartache, like a letdown, something that we thought would work out and it didn't. There's a disconnection here, as we can see with the bridge. The remnants of things still linger, Spirit just said. It's difficult energy to get through. 2 of Stones, or 2 of Pentacles, can talk about multitasking, juggling. There's just a lot of responsibilities. We're not really able to focus on any one thing. That's what the card means in the upright. In the reverse, it kind of says we've put something down now. There's this like level of responsibility that is no longer in our hands. And so I'm seeing a very specific example of like a breakup. And this has already happened. If this has happened to you, it's not like I'm not predicting a breakup. I'm just saying that, like, as an example, it's like when you're in a relationship, you consider the other person, right? You consider their feelings, their time, their effort, their love. You're in partnership with somebody. At least that's what it should be, right? And when that connection is severed, it's almost like you don't have to worry about that person anymore, or you shouldn't have to. It's just you worry about you. And I'm not talking about situations with children or anything like that. Just like, let's say you're just dating somebody and you're no longer with them. It's like you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to prioritize them over yourself. Not that you should ever do that, but I mean, sometimes you have to be considerate. And it's almost like with this severance, it's like there's a level of responsibility that has, that no longer has to be there. Maybe that's part of this. Maybe you still feel a sense of responsibility and somebody is saying to you, but you don't have to anymore, so why are you doing it? Just an example. In the past energy, Queen of Stones, Queen of Pentacles. This is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous card. It suggests an amount of wealth, an amount of abundance, comfort, lushness, vitality, ornateness, this very decorative interior, this coziness too, this comfort. Queen Queen of Pentacles talks about somebody who is beautiful, abundant, stable, very generous with her heart, generous with her resources. It's kind of like opening up a home and inviting people in. It's like being the one that everyone comes to your house because it's a safe space, it's a safe environment, and it's loving. And this is the energy that I feel. Ooh, sorry, your spirit guides just came in on this side. And they acknowledge that you provide that for others. You provide sanctuary and safe space, and this generosity and whatever that you have, you share with others, which is really beautiful and good for you. The more we can share with the people that, you know, deserve it and that reciprocate, it's like just abundance begets more abundance, right? And Three of Stones, it's because you've been working with spirit, your spirit guides, your archangels, to manifest things in your life. You're asking them for help, and you're saying, let's do this together. And everything that I do in service. I do in service to others. Yes, I would appreciate like a level of comfort so that I can continue to help others, right? But just because we're, you know, just because we're spiritual and just because we want to do the right thing, it doesn't mean that we can't experience abundance. Absolutely, we can, right? And we should lead an abundant life and not feel any kind of sadness about it, especially if we're not doing harm to other people, or at least sometimes we do harm to people without knowing, like truly without knowing, and sometimes it's kind of like if we do know, we try to make up for it. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I feel as though there could be something in your life where you felt like a hypocrite. I don't know what that is. I just pick up on that energy. Like it's one of these things that Spirit's giving me a very specific example. So I use a certain brand of cell phone, which I'm recording on right now. Now, I paid a certain amount of money to a certain company to buy this cell phone, right? But, you know, and I feel like I'm doing a good thing because I provide my channeled messages from Spirit for free. Like, you don't have to pay for them. And, like, feels like my calling and everything, but I don't know what it took or who it took to make the phone that I'm using. What natural resources did it exploit? What people did it exploit, right? And I'm saying that because I do know to a certain extent, because I read the news sometimes when it's tolerable. But like, we don't live in a vacuum, right? This didn't pop out of a tree. And so sometimes we have to reconcile the facts like that. Like, where do our clothes come from? Where does our food come from? Where do the things we enjoy come from? What sacrifices were made, willing and unwilling? And I don't know why Spirit's bringing that up, but it feels very like heavy, right? So it's almost like, it's like you have like an awareness of those sacrifices, and you've done your best to give back, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles does. She gives back. Divine feminine energy. We don't have to be talking about a woman. This is really beautiful. In past energy, in the present energy, the Knight of Spires, or the Knight of Swords, and the Strength card. Knight of Spires. So it kind of looks like the cockpit of a plane looking out onto this mountainous terrain. Not easy, not an easy terrain to fly through, but we have an urgent message. The knights always bring messages, and we have, this knight is particularly fast. In the present moment, we have an urgent message that we really want to communicate. And with the number 8 in the major arcana, the strength card, it's almost like here's this plane like kind of going in for a landing, and here's the place where we're landing, right? The strength card is Leo energy, and it talks about a mastery over the beast within, our ego, a thing that when overblown ego can really undermine us, keep us trapped in pride and self-obsession and disconnection from others. Right? It's our way that we self-identify, actually keeps us in a sense of isolation. But with the strength card in the upright, it's like you really have worked hard to come to a level of mastery over yourself where you're in the space of, I would say, just self-awareness and acceptance of self. There's a calm about it. A calm within the self is what I feel. And it took a lot for you to get to this place. It took a lot of self-reflection. It took a lot of healing to be able to be strong in this sense. I'm going to ask for a clarifier. What is this message, right, that we are wanting to communicate? What does it have to do with? King of Branches, King of Wands. Some kind of endeavor, new project that we're working on. The King of Wands is a fire energy, so Leo, Aries, more Leo and Aries rather than Sagittarius. But it's somebody who is in control, really knows kind of the depth of their power and uses their power to make things happen. They are a person who is uses inspired action, kind of doesn't take no for an answer, really determined, really motivated person. So Spirit is, because I asked, like, what is this quick thing, this quick message that Aquarius wants to communicate right now? And it has to do with, I think it has to do with how you've up-leveled, how you've, okay, Spirit just gave me a scenario where it's just like, Mom, Dad, I've made something of myself. Aren't you proud of me? Take it as it resonates, Aquarius. Like, do you feel like you have to prove something? It's like, look at how I figured out how things work. Like, I'm using things to my advantage. And everything's going swimmingly. Aren't you proud of me? Why does that feel sad? Great work. Okay, so there are 2 cards in this deck that are extra that the creator put into the deck. In this deck, number 23, the great work. This sense of like our magnum opus, like the thing that we are destined to do, the thing that speaks to our soul space, what we've come to the Earth School to learn and thrive within. You got this card in reverse. So kind of is like, you know, because I kind of was like, why does it feel sad? And it's almost like, did you accomplish something really great, but it was it for kind of external validation? for somebody else's benefit so that they would be proud of you, which is not a bad thing, right? I think you've still accomplished it. I mean, this is king energy. You're still in king energy no matter what. Like this feels like a very accomplished person. But with this card in reverse, it's kind of like, but is it your desire? What is your desire? What is it that you want out of life? What is it that's going to bring you a sense of prosperity and satisfaction? To end the reading, 2 swords cards, spires cards, 4 of spires, 2 of spires, 4 of swords, 2 of swords. 4 of swords can talk about this rest after disappointment, recuperation. 2 of spires can talk about indecision, anxiety, being stuck and trying to figure out our way. Which way do we go? You got these 2 cards in the reverse for your potential future potential. Kind of like says to me that like you've made decisive action, or you will be making decisive action on something. You're not going to be confused about it anymore, and you're not going to be sitting on your laurels. You're not going to be stagnant in any way. You're on the move. Suddenly my throat chakra became a little blocked. Can I get a clarifier for the future potential, please? 9 of tides, yeah, in the reverse. 9 of cups in the reverse. 9 of cups in the upright is wish fulfillment and healing. It's the star card in the minor arcana, and you got it in reverse. So in this future potential, I feel like you are on the move and on the hunt for that thing that will give you a sense of satisfaction. Like you're calling. I don't see the judgment card here, but it flashed in my mind. You're calling in life, which is not to say that you haven't done great things. That's not what I'm saying at all. You start with the Queen of Stones. I mean, you've done some great things. And it's not like a race, and nor is like, well, I'm not keeping score, and it's like, who's keeping score? Maybe you're keeping score. But I feel like in the future potential, like it's kind of like, it feels like your time. I'm going to read from the book, number 14 and number 15. Number 14, truth be told. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and spirit will answer with miracles. And then number 15, message in a bottle. Communication, a sign, a cledon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. So that's your reading, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aquarius.